I guess it's just one of those moments where I just feel like trying to sum it all up and life itself, if I can make such a bold statement. Um, I've noticed, because I was born in 1954, that there's been a profound change like in the 1960s. And then again, I saw something similar in the 90s. You can notice that through our music, uh, through the expressions of young people, and now it's 2015, and I'm sitting back and I'm saying, okay, there was a lot of ways that I bought into society um, to get through these changes, and burning draft cards and going against the establishment and things like that. And then we had the 90s where a lot of people were through the music, and I noticed in my music in the 70s and 80s there was Gamble and Huff. You know, they would often say there's a message in the music on the albums. And I noticed listening to brothers like Tupac and a lot of the, you know, we just saw the movie about Compton and Dr. Dre and everybody, they were bringing a lot of awareness, you know, at the time that people are more ready now in social media to see. They wouldn't even put a movie out like that, you know, after police and things like that. But it's a global awareness. And what I'm bringing now, and I'm just thinking of people like Marianne Williamson and people like Michael Beckwith, you know, they have a profound ability to have lived through this stuff and getting high and all of this stuff and meditating and becoming at peace. And yet they can bring, and they know that it's love that's going to get us through. They know we have to have peace to get us through. We can't just use our anger and we can't keep going after, because, case in point, I was studying this book by Ken Keyes, and it was talking about how you have to be able to stop and say, instead of me reacting to people, you say, you know what, I feel with loving compassion the problems of others without me getting caught up emotionally in their predicaments that are offering them messages they need for their own growth, because you have to allow them to grow through their own stuff. But you got to be able to keep your head about you. Rudyard Kipling would say, if you can keep your head when all about you or losing theirs and blaming on you. Very difficult stuff to do. One of the methods that the book talks about is to know you're steamed, you're angry. So then you say, I act freely when I am tuned in, centered, and loving. But if possible, because sometimes you get pissed off and it's not possible, I will avoid acting when I am emotionally upset and depriving myself of the wisdom that flows from love and expanded consciousness. And when I wrap this into what I'm about to say right now, whether you want to believe it or not, let's just take a look at it. The Earth, the Mother Earth, is just responding. You know, we got all these electromagnetic fields bombarding on us and all of this energy and all this negativity, and the Earth is just shaking at its core. We can't deny these weather changes and everything. We're not only putting out physical anger and hatred, we're putting out that soulful anger and hatred. And we're putting this energy out. And it's like, it's not unfamiliar to me. History shows this. But it also shows us examples of what we can do about this. And, uh, and so I invite you to don't quit, to sit back and know that lots of people have gone through this. But if we keep ourselves centered, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people felt that a lot of different things could have been done, but they were done the way they were supposed to be done. It is our turn now. So I'm saying to you that we've got to put the love out there. You know, I took my wife out to dinner last night, and we're just sitting down reflecting. And my son is 14, and he's starting school now. He's high school now, and he has a chance now to do things a little bit different. Um, he's in New Hampshire, and he's, you know, it's a chance for him to do private school. I've worked in private schools, and he's got the brain for it, and he can go in a different direction. And that school is like 500 students. If he had gone here in my town, it's like two high schools in one. It's over 2,000 students. He's not going to get the individual his needs met. And he's very loving. He grew up being hugged and felt presence. If there's been any craziness, it's been me bringing it from my life in New York. You know, when I look at my wife and she tears up some of the things I say, and I'm like, whoa. And I look back because I'm the type of person that reflects on himself. And I said, and I thought I was a peaceful, loving person from the people I hung with. And I realized, man, some of the stuff I say is just, it zings and hurts. But it's beautiful because I'm willing to work on myself. So here this child is, he's loving, he hugs every day, and he's going out into the world to learn, to share new things and new ideas. He just looked up online some of my son Rashad's music, and he said, boy, this kid is good. Why is he so angry at Rodney? And it's just different things. And, you know, he was taught different things about me and by significant people in his life. And, you know, all I can do is offer him to get to know me in his way, you know. But you can't force. See, there's a difference between power and force. True power doesn't need force. God doesn't need us to force anything. We don't have to force love. Love is not forceful. You invite it, you know. If anything, God would look at my image of God is looking at this world, and he has a tear in his eye because he knows there's a better way. So I choose to listen to people like Marianne Williamson. I choose to look at people like Michael Beckwith. I choose to honor and reflect off people right here, you know. Frederick Douglass, George Washington Carver, the first colored senator and representatives, 41st and 42nd Congress, U.S., Thurgood Marshall, Paul Laurence Dunbar, Henry Ossawa Tanner, Jesse Owens, Martin Luther King Jr., Kelly Miller, W.E.B. Du Bois, President Barack Obama, Malcolm X, Jack Johnson, Paul Robeson, Langston Hughes, Booker T. Washington, W.C. Handy, Carter G. Woodson, Dr. Charles Drew, and Marcus Garvey. I also honor my own brother. I also honor these women right here: Catherine Dunham, Bessie Coleman, Maya Angelou, Condoleezza Rice, Rosa Parks, Mary McLeod Bethune, Sojourner Truth, Madam C.J. Walker, Oprah Winfrey, Althea Gibson, Mahalia Jackson, Michelle Obama, Lena Horne, Coretta Scott King, Marian Anderson, Dorothy Height, Josephine Baker, Ida B. Wells, and Harriet Tubman. Also honor people like Bruce Lee, who people discriminated against. I also honor Nelson Mandela. I also honor Mother Teresa. And I honor you. So what are we going to do? It's time to get busy. One. Carry the roof.